Hey, Titus Marcy here. I wanted to do a meal prepping video of how I do my raw lunch, how I prepare myself for the week, because every time I do it, I try and think, how can I make this easier on myself? So I'm simply going to take you through all the foods kind of that I have for this week, and let's get right to it. So, have you ever thought like you'd never shop at a store that your mom shopped at when you were a kid? That's definitely how I am now. I shop at all these stores, Bed Bath, and stores of that nature. This particular one is Kirkland's. I don't even know if Kirkland's existed back then, but that's where I got my lunch pail. Now, this will not work for everyone, but if you're going to a workplace and there is space in your refrigerator, this works perfect. So that you can take your lunch on Monday morning and you can have your lunch for the entire week. You don't have to worry about lugging it back and forth. You can fit everything in here and prepare your lunch at work. So this is a very, very huge, oversized, I think it's really a picnic bag, but it works. It's insulated just like a regular lunch box would be. And what I was finding when I initially started this, I was doing every lunch in a separate bag, grocery bag, and I was like, this is becoming super annoying. So I invested in a bag. It only literally cost $12. And yes, I can fit my entire week's lunch in one bag. And so it's super simple. So the places that I grocery shop are random and various. I shop at the outdoor farmers market, the indoor farmers market, online, the typical Publix, Kroger, wherever they're having a sale, that's where I shop. Okay, so this is how I pretty much get to it. Starting off with the lettuce or kale or spinach or bok choy, whatever you decide. This week I'm having arugula and spinach. I always try and get organic. While this price may be a little expensive for the small container, I have to assess what I'm going to be eating for the week. So I have to think, am I really going to be eating a huge container of kale and spinach during the work week at lunch? And I'm thinking, no, that's way too much. So I've now learned to buy what I eat, even though it might cost a little bit more money to get just a smaller version. It's helping me not waste food. So I get this, and this is empty, so we're starting with it empty. I'm simply going to just put this in my bag, just like this. Okay, then I do another assessment. How many apples, okay? So for this week, it's a short week. I'm only working 4 days a week, okay? So now I can just get my 4 apples. I get them at Costco. You can get them wherever you want. These Costco apples are actually getting kind of large and get kind of suspect. These are not organic. But regardless, I put my 4 apples in my bag, okay? Apples don't need to be in a bag. Now, there is some saying you should keep apples out in the open. Sure, that is optional, but I like cold apples. I don't really like room temperature apples. So you do what fits you. If you want room temperature, go ahead and leave your apples out, okay? Let's see. I have avocados that are not ripened yet, so I will sit these out. And to speed up that process, I will put them in a plastic bag, and I'll leave these out sitting on the desk all week for them to ripen up. So I'll put those to the side, okay? I have my bell pepper here. Again, you do an assessment. How many bell peppers are you really gonna eat for lunch during the week? Now, I eat a lot of stuff for my raw lunch, so I only need one, then that gets me throughout the whole week. So I get my 1 bell pepper, I get my plastic bag, and I just put it in my bag. So each day as I cut it, I will just put it in the bag, okay? So I don't prep the food until I eat the food, because when you're eating raw, you really want to keep everything in its whole form. That's how you keep it the freshest the longest. So I'm just going to put my bell pepper in there with the plastic bag. Okay, all right, I'm now eating beets for lunch. Let me show you my beet. On an average week, I'll probably only eat 1 beet for lunch, okay? So I bought 2 came in the pack. So what I've done is I have cut the plastic bag shorter, because as you see, plastic bags can come as big as this, and that can be kind of overbearing in your bag. So I'll show you a trick with that makes it easier. But I got my one beet, and I'll put it in there. Bear with me 1 second, let me get my scissors. Okay, I'm totally back, okay? And so again, you can cut the bag, so then in your lunch pail, you don't have excessive junky bags all clogging up your thing. So this is really small and neat now, and I have my 1 beet, okay? I also eat turnip roots for my lunch, so again, I bought 2. I only need 1, so I'm gonna cut my bag, small enough for just 1. Now I have my small bag, and you don't need to tie the bag up. It's small enough, it's insulated, it's your germs in a sense. So you don't need to like super tie it up, but if you want to, it's fine. So I have my 1 turnip here that I put in my bag. Now, typically I go to the farmer's market to get a lot of squash. This week I didn't get to visit the farmer's market as I was busy. As a result, I only have one cucumber. So I have my cucumber and I leave it whole in the bag. I've cut my bag and I just put that in my raw lunch. So if you want to, you can put the cucumber, the zucchini, the squash, all in one bag. I eat all of that raw and I just put it in my bag for my raw lunch. Okay? Here is my watermelon that I got from the store. I literally get the amount of slices that I'm gonna eat for the week. Why get excess? You don't need it, okay? And that's the struggle that people have with meal prepping. They think, oh my gosh, I'm eating raw, I'm eating healthy, I'm gonna be so hungry. Once you get your body balanced, you totally will not be hungry. So this is 5 pieces. I will be eating one today, but I keep it in the plastic bag. Why? Because it has juice. You don't want juice all in your bag. So this I do keep in the bag, and guess what? I just put this right in my bag. So every day, I get the 1 slice. Now, if you have your watermelon that you buy in bulk because it's cheaper, go for it. Cut it up, put it in slices, and put it in your container that looks just like this, okay? Super simple. So I like the slices because I get 1 slice a day. I cut it into my chunks and I'm good to go. I put the rest in the bag for the rest of the week. All right, so put that in. Okay, so my trick for cutting celery, some might call it wasteful, totally fine, but you can do different things with it. Now, I'm not the type to eat the tops of the lettuce, and I'm not the type that's gonna eat really close to the bottom. So what I do is I chop the top and I chop the bottom and I leave the middle, and I just keep the insides in the same bag for the week. Now, you can put the top in smoothies or juice it, and same thing with the bottom, okay? And that is what I do sometimes, but if I'm on the go and I gotta hurry up and pack this so that I can go about my business, I cut the tops off, all the leaves. I'm seriously not a fan. I cut the bottom and I put it in the bag, and guess what? It goes right in here, the whole celery stalk, okay? So celery is good when you're taking it to lunch. Why? Because guess what? Let's say you're getting snackish during the day. You have an entire celery stalk in the refrigerator waiting on you to snack. Healthy, you're not getting chips from the vending machine, you're not getting enticed by coworkers to eat all this unhealthy stuff. So again, cut the top, cut the bottom, and you can just put it right in your bag. All right, so here are my fresh herbs. This week, I've really been big on cilantro and parsley. I eat cilantro and parsley raw every week, and this is kind of in addition to my green that I have. So you should always have green in every meal. This green, again, this week is arugula and spinach. So on top of that little salad mix, I'm adding fresh cilantro and or cilantro, however you say it, and fresh parsley. Again, this bag is way too big and overbearing. I'm gonna let some of the air out. And guess what? I'm just going to cut the bag. So a tip for keeping this a little bit fresher, you can get a paper towel, just like this, and you can put it in your bag. This will help absorb a lot of the excess water that you don't need, okay? So again, greens into the bag. All right, I'm getting there, I'm almost done. Okay, so my kiwi trick, okay? Now my kiwi works just like my eggs. I just boiled my eggs for the week. Yes, it's not raw, but I do eat that as part of my lunch. With your kiwi, the simplest way to do this is to get a regular Ziploc bag, because kiwi, guess what? Kiwi has little hairs that can get really, as I flake off, you can actually see it. Kiwi gets really, really messy in a lunch pail if you don't have it wrapped in some way. So I just put the amount of kiwi that I'm gonna eat for the week into a Ziploc bag, just like this. And this will fit 5, so for a 5-day work week. And yeah, I'm going to just zip it up. So now I have my kiwi every day. I go in, I get my one kiwi out, I zip it back. It's neat, I don't have hairs dirtying up my lunch pail. Really simple. I do the same concept with my eggs. I put my eggs in a quart-sized bag, so I eat 2 eggs a day, which is a little bit bigger than a regular sandwich bag. And yeah, I have 2 eggs a day, perfect, okay? Now, if you want to snack on eggs during the week at work, totally fine. Maybe get a gallon-sized bag, put your eggs in there, take them to work, no big deal. So what I do, my extras, I put them in a container like this that I leave out in my refrigerator at home. So when I'm snackish, guess what? I get eggs, and they're already boiled because I boil extra eggs every week so that I can snack. that is a huge suggestion. If you don't want to do that, putting them in this, go ahead and put them in your crate that you boiled them in. Your crate that you bought them in. So literally boil the whole thing of eggs, and the things that you do eat, put them in your Ziploc bag. The eggs that you don't eat, leave them in the refrigerator in some type of container. So I'll do that, and I'll put those right in my bag. Okay, so here are my strawberries that I have already washed with apple cider vinegar. I do this every week. You must rinse your vegetables, okay? Now everything that you see putting in the bag, it has not been rinsed. I rinse as I prepare my food every day. So every day I get this big thing out of the refrigerator, I rinse it, I wash it, I cut it, and I eat it, okay? Things like this, though, that you can't quite do at work because you're super busy, right? You want to go ahead and do at home. So I have the same concept, paper towel. I put it in the same crate that it came in, strawberries, and I will just put all the strawberries in here. And guess what? This crate is too going to go right into my pail. Okay, that's how big this thing is. And it's really neat because it doesn't take up a lot of room in the refrigerator. It takes up enough, but not too much. So once I fill this up, the paper towel is going to help cut down on mildew and the excess water, keeps it dry. I'm going to put this in there too. So based on what's on sale, if strawberries are 99 cents a carton, I will get about 5 of them, and I'll eat about 1 carton a day. I'm not doing that right now because strawberries are not that cheap. Okay, that's what I do there. And that's actually my breakfast. I'm eating that for breakfast this week. I'm eating these peaches this week, okay? And these peaches have been so good lately. But guess what? They're not ripened yet. I can't eat them. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave these out in the bag, and before you know it, give it a day or 2 days, they'll be perfect to eat. And you can take them out of the bag at that point. So I'll do the same thing with this, and same thing with my sweet potatoes. Okay, sweet potatoes, again, I don't eat it raw. However, you can if you want to. I buy the amount that I'm going to be eating for the week, and I go ahead and sit those out as well. I don't put those in the pail because potatoes don't need to be kept cold. So I have my potatoes, I have my peaches, I have my avocados that will ripen, and I also have bananas. So those are the things that I have not in the lunch pail during the week because they don't need to be in there. Okay, same thing with this pineapple. I will just cut the pineapple, typical, no tricks for that. And I don't eat a whole pineapple a week. I will put them in 2 containers just like this. 1 container will go into my lunch. The other container will be in the refrigerator at home. So again, when I get home, I can snack, or I can take it to lunch for extra snack, okay? So that is that. And same thing with the tomatoes. Tomatoes are the same trick. You do not need to refrigerate tomatoes to keep them fresh and tasting good. You will leave those out as well. And that's it for the lunch part. I am missing my mushrooms. Again, that's not raw. I've been grilling them lately. They've been amazing. So I'm gonna put those on the grill later. I'm gonna put them in a container just like this, and those will also go in my raw lunch. And before you know it, guys, I'm completely finished. My bag is packed. And guess what? I didn't have to cook. I didn't have to do anything. It literally takes you time to go shop, come home, put it all in your bag, and you're done. And this is for the whole week, okay? And I promise you, this is all. Now that I'm buying organic, it's getting a little bit more expensive, but you can buy all this under $15 or so if you're shopping smart. So things you can buy in bulk, definitely buy in bulk. Otherwise, get it fresh, go to the farmer's market, be creative, try new things. That's what I like to do. The last thing that I do is every morning I do about 8 ounces of warm lemon juice. I've been doing this now over a year, and it truly is great. You have to try it. People often try it for 2 weeks and like, oh, it's not doing anything. Do it continuously. You will see what I'm talking about. It really balances your pH levels. It gets your metabolism boosted in the morning, and you'll be ready to go. So again, this goes in my refrigerator at home. I cut the lemon in half, in 4s. And I will just put it in my container in the refrigerator. So every morning I go in, I get 2 of them because I have a lemon squeezer, and I will have these already prepped and ready to go. So I'm not cutting up lemons every morning. A lot of people, oh, I don't have time to do all that. Do it on the weekend, get your knife, get your cutting board, cut it up, you'll be done in no time, and you'll have your lemons waiting for you. You don't even have to do it just in the morning. You can take these lemons to work. You can use different water bottles that you might have to squeeze that lemon out and get your lemon juice in for the day. So that's pretty much what I do for the week. I wanted to share with you because this little quote-unquote invention of mine has been perfect. Perfect for what I do. It is so much easier. I'm not having to lug 5 bags every day, and everything is here. So the days people, oh gosh, I left my lunch at home, you'll never have that issue. Why? Because it's already there on Monday. Every single thing you need, and it's so healthy, guys. It's nothing in here is unhealthy. So I definitely suggest you try it. Take some of these tips that I've shared, use them, share with others, and I will see you guys later for our next video. Bye.